of Patricia Raskin, Positive Living, on News Talk 630 WPRO and 99.7 FM. To speak with Patricia and her guest, call 438-WPRO or toll free at 1-800-321-WPRO. Now, here's Patricia Raskin.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back. Welcome back to Patricia Raskin, Positive Living. You know, I have on right now a world-renowned guest, and I am really honored to have this gentleman on the program. He has affected the lives of millions of people in terms of helping them let go of stress, of negative thinking. My guest is Hale Dwoskin. He is the New York Times bestselling author of The Sedona Method. He is featured in the movie Letting Go. He's the CEO and director of training at the Sedona Training Associates, an organization that teaches courses based on the emotional releasing techniques inspired by his mentor, Lester Levinson. Hale Dwoskin is an international speaker. He's a featured faculty member at Esalen and Omega Institute. He's also one of the 24 featured teachers of the book and movie phenomenon, The Secret, as well as the founding member of the Transformational Leadership Council, and he's been doing this work for over 3 decades. Welcome, Hale.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Wow. You know, I think I interviewed you probably 7 or 8 years ago.
I think you did.
Yes.
I know we've talked before. It's been a while, though.
And I am so thrilled. I want you to know, and I'm telling this to the audience, this is not a commercial. I have used this method. I have listened to the tapes, and they're fascinating and effective, and it's something you need to practice. But what amazes me that I would like to ask you about, Hale, is that this method is so simple. I mean, it is the most simple method, and I think it takes practice. I think it takes time. But what's amazing is how this works. So please explain this. Anybody who wants to let go of stress, negative thinking, or unwanted thoughts. Anybody out there? Okay, listen up. You've got the world-renowned expert on. Go ahead, Hale.
Well, part of the struggle, honestly, that most of us have is that we tend to complicate things. The simplest solution is often the most correct one, but in life what we do is we complicate things. We make things way more difficult than they need to be. And we do that in our quest for spirituality and self-help too. We often think we need to take 20 steps when only one is necessary. And the beauty of the Sedona Method, the beauty of the letting go process is that you have this natural ability to let go. Everyone has it. Not a person on the planet doesn't. And in fact, young children do this naturally. I'm sure if you've ever been around a young child, you've seen them fall down and then look around to see if they need to be upset. And if they don't catch anyone's eye, they don't get upset.
Right, because it's the parents who are getting upset.
Exactly. And if they can milk it, they'll milk it. But if no one sees, they get up and it's fine. Yeah. Well, we as adults forget that we have that ability to just get up and be fine. Just let go of whatever it is that's occurring in our lives because it's changing all the time.
All right,
life is a flow of energy.
All right, so let's give an example. Now, I want to tell you listeners out there that for those of you who have done the Sedona Method or know of Hale Dwoskin's work, you have him on the phone right now. He's yours. So for the next 25 minutes, so give us a call. He would love to chat with you. 438-9776 or 800-321-9776. Or if you'd like to know more about the Sedona Method, and we will tell you, go to sedona.com or lettinggo.tv. And I'm holding up on the webcam this Letting Go Sedona Method movie. And so this can be ordered, and it's really a powerful movie. All right. So, Hale, give us an example of the Sedona Method, and maybe we can do an example right here.
Oh, sure. Well, let me explain first, just so we're all on the same page. Let me explain what I mean by letting go. So if you would pick up a pen or a pencil or some object that you'd be willing to drop to the floor or your desk or your lap. Okay. Those of you in a car listening to this, please just imagine it. But if you're in a place you can pick up an object, this is a very simple exercise, but it really helps people get a sense of what letting go is about and how simple and possible it is. So for the sake of this analogy, the object in your hand represents your fears, your frustrations, your anger, your doubt, your depression, your anxiety, all the thoughts and feelings and beliefs that are holding you back in any way. And your hand represents your gut or your awareness. Now grip the object really tightly with your hand. Now if you did this long enough, it would start to feel really uncomfortable and then really familiar, because this is what we're doing all the time with all those unwanted feelings. But that's enough gripping. Now open your hand and roll the object around in your hand. Now is this object attached to your hand? Obviously not. But if you think about your relationship to emotion, you think about your relationship to what happens in life. If we have a setback, we say I'm a failure. We actually identify with it. When we're feeling angry, we don't say I feel angry. You say I'm angry. I am the anger. When we're feeling sad, we say I'm sad. I am the sadness. But every emotion and every belief we have about ourselves is attached to us as this object is attached to your hand. And that's really good news, because you can do this. Now close your hand lightly around the object, turn your hand upside down, and then just let go of the object. Just drop it. That is a choice that we all have every moment, to simply choose to let go.
Okay, but Hale, what happens when we do that with the thought and then it creeps up again? We let it go and then whoop, there it goes again.
Yes, most of the thoughts and feelings, we're very patterned inside. We tend to think thoughts and feelings in patterns. And so when you first approach a pattern, every time you let go, you'll get immediate relief. You'll start to see things shifting right away, but the pattern may come up a few more times until you're done with it. So it's kind of like peeling an onion.
All right, so let's do an example. Okay,
sure.
I'm going to give an example. I would like to give one of three, because the examples I usually give are around either relationship, health, or money. Those seem to be the three. So let's do a relationship one.
Sure.
Let's say that someone out there needs to let go of a relationship now, and it could be with a significant other, it could be with a spouse, it could be, with a relative, but it's something that's not helping you and is causing you a lot of pain, and it's not healthy.
Sure.
But you are fixating on it, and it's very hard to let go of it because in some way you're addicted to it.
Mm-hmm.
So how would you help somebody with that situation right now?
Well, there's several things. First off, in relationship, what most of us do is we feel incomplete inside, and so what we do is we try to fill ourselves up with another person or being in relationship, even if it's not a healthful relationship. Mm-hmm. And so the first thing I recommend to people is that they discover their own unique wholeness and completeness that's already right within them. And if you bring that sense of wholeness and completeness into relationship, then you don't get as addicted, and you can choose to drop relationships when they're no longer supporting you. Mm-hmm. The other thing is that when you're in relationship, it's important to know that all the emotions that come up, all the feelings, all the beliefs, that's just what's arising in the moment. If you're willing to let that go, then you see whether or not a relationship is really right for you. Mm-hmm. Many times we give up on relationships that could be really healthy and supportive. And other times we cling to relationships that aren't healthy and supportive because we're really not dealing with what's going on right here, mm-hmm. right now, on a true or organic emotional
So let's do
level.
The exercise, Hale, so
sure.
people can understand. And by the way, 438-9776, 800-321-9776. For those of you who want to know more about the Sedona Method, for those of you who are fans of Hale Dwoskin and the Sedona Method and have been through it, give us a call for either or any question, 438-9776, 800-321-9776. Hale Dwoskin, who is the creator of the Sedona Method. You can log on to sedona.com or lettinggo.tv is actually, will put you into the movie. Okay, go ahead, Hale.
So, let me describe a very simple process.
Okay.
And then we can do it together. This is just one of the aspects of the Sedona Method, but it's one of the ones I like to share because it's something you can learn in just a few minutes and immediately start to use and see very profound benefits in your life. And at the same time, people struggle with it because it's so simple. Where we started this conversation, that part of the reason that the Sedona Method and what we teach is so powerful is because it's simple. Most tools for letting go are way too complex, and you can't really do them on your own, or you can only do them after a lot of energy and invested time and effort. But this works in just less than a minute once you really learn how to do
Okay.
it. So the technique is very simple. What you do is you ask yourself these 4 questions. The first, you identify what you want to work on. And the first question is, could you allow yourself to simply welcome what you're feeling? Most of us are fighting with our emotions all the time.
Yes.
We're resisting them. And when we're doing that, they stick to us like glue. So just welcoming in and of itself produces a profound change in your life.
All right.
The next question is, could you let it go? And could you just means, are you capable of it? And if you were able to drop that object a moment ago, or you could even imagine dropping something, then you can. And again, hundreds of thousands of people all of the planet are doing this every day, knowing they can.
Okay.
The next question is, would you let it go? And would you just means, are you willing to? And if you're ever not sure on your own, you can ask yourself, would I rather suffer and hold on and have this problem, or would I rather be free, have my goals?
Okay.
And then the last question is when, and when is an invitation to decide to do it now. So let me take the whole listening audience through this process. I don't want to put you on the spot, Patricia.
It's all right.
So I'll just ask it as a process as opposed to an interaction with you directly.
Okay.
Okay? And by the way, you can use this on relationship issues, you can use this on health issues, money issues, spiritual issues, body issues. It doesn't really matter what it is. But right now, everyone listening to this, please think of some issue in your life that you'd like to change or improve on any level. Again, it could be with health, it could be relationships, it could be with wealth, it doesn't matter, or any other topic. And then in this moment, could you allow yourself to welcome whatever you're feeling about that topic? Could you just let it be here for a moment? Could you just be with the feeling?
All right.
And then could you let it go? Just could you?
Could you let go of the thinking?
Yeah, the feeling.
The feeling.
What you're, yeah.
Okay.
Just could you?
All right, yes. And the third one?
Would you?
Would I, so I could be free
Yes.
of this feeling?
Yes.
Okay, yes.
When?
Okay, I'm going to say now.
Okay.
All right, but, and I'm going to, this is where I think the practice comes in.
Uh-huh.
Then I say that, and then, it comes back again.
Well, but again, if you assume that it's going to come back again, it will.
Okay.
Again, I'm not saying that feeling sometimes you let it go and it doesn't come up. But it's kind of like, this used to be a lot more common than it is, but there used to be a lot of chains of restaurants that, where they had, like salad bars and things like that, and they have tray dispensers, and you pull a tray up or a plate dispenser, and another one pops up to take its place. Well, that's kind of how we are inside.
Yes.
We may have more than one feeling about our current relationship. And the feelings feel so similar that we think it's the same feeling.
Yeah.
But it isn't.
Yeah.
It's just more. So what happens is as you let go, more will come up until there's nothing there. And as you get comfortable with this process, as you get more effective with it, you start taking more and more plates out at the same time without even realizing. It just gets easier and easier to do. And what I find is that the patterns do break down, the ones you're trying to get rid of, if you're willing to just be persistent.
All right, here's my question, Hal.
Yes.
I'm going to take two really tough issues.
Sure.
One would be money, where someone listening to this is really maybe on the edge of losing their job or losing their money, and they're in survival mode.
Yeah.
The other one could be an illness.
Yeah.
It could be a severe illness that they think they have, or disease, and those things are, again, survival issues.
Yes, absolutely. And it works for that. Everyone has financial issues from time to time, even the most wealthy people on the planet. They're afraid they're going to lose $1 billion or two, even though they may have $30 billion behind that. So the financial issues are there all the time. And when we respond from a contracted place, when we respond from a knee-jerk reaction, when we respond from survival mode, we generally overreact and make mistakes, or miss opportunities. But when we let go, when you clear your heart and your mind, what happens is you get crystal clear inside what the right action is for you. And you also tend to maintain a much more positive attitude. What the secret is all about is that if you put out positive energy into the world, you get positive energy back. But if you're feeling turmoil inside, it's very difficult to put out genuinely positive energy. So the thing to do is address the turmoil and let it go. And when you do that, then you're naturally putting out positive, and you naturally get back positive.
So
and with health, let me just say, you asked two questions. If it's okay, let me just answer the health one too. Again, the Sedona method doesn't treat, diagnose, cure, or even advise about physical or emotional illness. However, let me give you a very concrete example. Right now, I have a kidney stone. And there's supposedly, next to childbirth, there's some of the most painful things you can experience. And it's been going on for weeks. And I have taken painkillers from time to time, but there's several things that haven't happened. One is I haven't panicked and done anything dumb. I'm doing natural remedies to help get rid of the issue. Two is I'm not stressing over it. I'm not panicking because this is going on with my body. It's just what's going on with my body. And also, most of the time, I can just simply let go of the pain and just live my life.
Because of the method.
Exactly, because of letting go. Because instead of holding on to the pain and resisting it and worrying about it, fighting with it, and I'm certain that I'll get through this more quickly and easily because I'm letting go as opposed to fighting what I'm experiencing.
All right, so let's just do the questions again for folks. So folks, if you have any issue in your life you want to let go of, there are 4 questions you ask. So go ahead, Hale. The first one.
The first question is, could you allow yourself to just simply welcome what you're experiencing?
The feeling, okay.
The next question is, would you? Actually, the next question is, could you? I skipped one. And could you just means can you? Mm-hmm. And if you can, you start to. And then the next question is, would you let it go? And the last question is, when? Mm. And when you ask yourself those 4 questions, what you'll find each time you do that, sometimes there's subtle differences and sometimes there's very profound differences.
Mm. And
yes, go ahead.
I'd like to say that you have a series of tapes that deal with specific issues, health, finances, again, relationships, spirituality, and people can listen, and your voice is very soothing, and you take folks through the exercises on the Sedona method tapes.
Yes.
All right. We're going to come back, Hale. We'll have a few more minutes, so if anyone would like to call in and would like to go through the method with Hale, we have the world-renowned expert on the phone with us, Hale Dwoskin, who is the creator of the Sedona method, and you can log on to sedona.com or lettinggo.tv. You're listening to Patricia Raskin, Positive Living, right here on News Talk 630 WPRO 99.7 FM, and we're on the web at 630WPRO.com. Stay tuned, folks. We'll be right back. Hi, everyone. We are back. You are listening to Patricia Raskin, Positive Living, right here on News Talk 630 WPRO 99.7 FM and on the web at 630WPRO.com. We have about 3 minutes, so we have time for you to call in 438-9776 or 800-321-9776. I'm very honored to have on really an icon. My guest is Hale Dwoskin, and he is the creator and founder of the Sedona method. He's a New York Times best-selling author. The Sedona Method, Your Key to Lasting Happiness, Success, Peace, and Emotional Well-Being. He's also the creator of the brand new film, Letting Go. He's also one of 24 teachers that was in the movie The Secret, and he's the CEO and director of the Sedona Training Associates. He's been doing this for 3 decades, and hundreds of thousands of people from all around the globe have really learned from his method. And if I keep going on, Hale, we'll have no time left because there's so much to say about you. You just told me that there's a new app that people can download. Go ahead.
Yes. If you go to lettinggo.tv, there's a link for our apps, and we have a free app right now called Money Now. And what it is it's 4 short and long processes that you can schedule or have happen randomly, and a fully interactive journal where you can journal text, video, or audio, and must have forgotten something. But there's 5 different ways of recording your experience. And the app is designed to help you start releasing, letting go of all the barriers you have to creating abundance in your life. It helps you dissolve your beliefs. It helps you open to giving and receiving. It helps you to picture what you want and let go of everything in between. And it also helps you to discover what the simplest or most outrageous actions you can take right now to get your goals are, and helps you get into action. And all that's free.
Isn't that amazing? Folks, take advantage of this, really. I mean, you will, it's a wonderful process. It's simple. It's easy to do. And listen, we're all here to make you happier and healthier and more fulfilled. That's what Patricia Raskin Positive Living Show is all about. And I'm very sincere about that. This is my calling, and we want to help you. And we bring on the best of the best. Hale, it's been an honor to have you on this program.
Oh, likewise.
All right. And great. Thank you. And we're going to tell people Sedona.com or lettinggo.tv. Hale, hang on for a moment. And coming up in the 1 o'clock hour, we're going to talk about vital living with Cheryl Worthington-Turgeon. And she is a coach. We're going to talk about health and nutrition and how sugar is not good for you. And I think you know that. And then Doug DeVito is going to come on in the second half hour, The Upgrade, How to Improve Your Life by Healing Others, a book by Hay House. You're listening to Patricia Raskin Positive Living right here on News Talk 630 WPRO and 99.7 FM.